Why do people choose to stay in toxic work environments despite the negative impacts on their well-being? It's a question that might seem straightforward at first glance, but the reality is anything but. Imagine enduring a daily grind where the air is thick with stress, yet finding yourself unable to step away. Throughout this video, we'll unravel the layers behind this paradox. We'll explore psychological binds, financial fears, and unexpected loyalties that keep individuals anchored in these challenging spaces. Could the answer be more complex than we think? Let's dive in. First, what exactly constitutes a toxic work environment? Picture this. You step into an office where the air is thick with tension. The walls seem to reverberate with whispered grievances, and smiles are as rare as a sunny day in London in November. This, dear listeners, is the typical backdrop of a toxic work environment. It's a place where communication is not just poor, it's practically non-existent. Employees might as well be talking to the walls for all the good it does. Then there's micromanagement, where supervisors hover like overzealous helicopter parents, scrutinizing every keystroke and stifling creativity. Imagine a culture steeped in fear, where every email sends a shiver down your spine, not because it's cold, but because you're perpetually worried about making a mistake. And let's not forget the constant negativity, a gloomy cloud that hangs over the workplace, draining energy and enthusiasm like a leaky faucet. Recognizing these signs is the first step in understanding the complexity of workplace dynamics. But why would someone remain in such a stifling situation? This question often puzzles those who've never felt the weight of invisible chains. Let's delve into the practical reasons why leaving a toxic work environment isn't as straightforward as one might think. Imagine a job as a golden cage. It's restrictive and can be suffocating, but inside there's security, a steady paycheck, benefits, and perhaps a pension waiting at the end of the road. For many, this financial security is a chain not easily broken. Fear of unemployment is like a shadow that looms large, especially in uncertain economic times. The thought of not being able to pay bills or support a family can make even the most toxic job seem like a safer option than venturing into the unknown. Then there's the matter of the devil you know versus the devil you don't. Many stay in adverse conditions simply because they dread the uncertainty of a new environment. What if the next job is just as toxic or worse? This fear of the unknown can be paralyzing, keeping skilled individuals in positions where they feel undervalued and overstrained. Let's not forget those who've grown uncomfortably comfortable. Like a bird in a cage that doesn't realize the door is open, they become so accustomed to dysfunction that the thought of leaving never crosses their mind. They mistake the familiarity of daily grievances for comfort, mistaking their chains for cushions. These chains, though invisible, can be incredibly strong. Beyond practical reasons, the mind itself can be a formidable barrier. Let's delve into the psychological labyrinth that often ensnares individuals in less than ideal work situations. Picture the mind as a vast, intricate maze where every turn and corner presents a new challenge, and exit signs are notably absent. First, consider the concept of learned helplessness. This occurs when a person has endured stressful situations so frequently that they come to believe they have no control over their circumstances. Imagine being in a maze where every path you take leads to a dead end. Eventually, you might just sit down and stop trying to find a way out. In the workplace, this translates to employees feeling powerless to change their toxic environment, so they stop seeking escape or improvement. Next, there's imposter syndrome, a particularly devious trap within our mental maze. Here, individuals feel like frauds, undeserving of their positions despite evident successes. They fear that one day they will be exposed for the imposters they believe themselves to be. This fear can keep someone in a toxic job because they think it's the best they can get, and they don't trust their ability to find or deserve a better one. And then we have low self-esteem. Walking through our metaphorical maze, low self-esteem is like moving through a hall of distorted mirrors. These mirrors reflect a warped image of oneself, magnifying flaws and minimizing strengths. When someone views themselves through such a distorted lens, staying in a toxic environment can seem justified. They might think, is it really the job that's toxic? Or am I just too sensitive, too demanding, or not good enough? Each of these psychological states acts like walls built within the mind, creating a maze that is difficult to navigate and escape. They reinforce the toxic environment, making the idea of leaving seem more daunting than enduring the status quo. It's not just the external factors. Our own minds can be our biggest adversary. So, what happens when the cost becomes too great? Imagine reaching the peak of a precarious, craggy mountain, only to realize it's made entirely of paperwork, missed family dinners, and unanswered personal emails. This is the moment when the scales fall from one's eyes, revealing the true impact a toxic work environment has on mental health and overall well-being. It's not just about feeling grumpy on a Monday morning. It's about dreading every email notification, jumping every time the phone rings, and the constant, gnawing anxiety that perhaps you're not good enough. This is when the realization hits like a ton of bricks. Something's got to give. Recognizing this impact is crucial. It's a moment that demands courage. The courage to say no more and to prioritize one's mental and emotional health over a toxic paycheck. It's about understanding that no job is worth sacrificing your peace of mind. It's a pivotal juncture, a moment of truth for many. If you're finding this exploration insightful, why not like and subscribe? Delve deeper with us into the quirks and quagmires of the working world. Hit that like button if you've ever felt the sting of a toxic workplace. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. You wouldn't want to miss out on more fascinating discussions, would you? Whether you're sipping tea at your desk or brainstorming your next big career move, our channel is here to keep you company. Join our community for more eye-opening discussions. Let's recap why leaving a toxic job can be tougher than it seems. Throughout our exploration, we've uncovered that the reasons behind enduring a toxic work environment are as complex as they are compelling. Take financial fears, for example. The dread of not making ends meet, or the uncertainty of finding another job, can anchor someone to even the most draining positions. Then there's the psychological aspect. For many, the workplace isn't just a location but a labyrinth where self-doubt and learned helplessness echo through its corridors. Individuals might stay because they feel they don't deserve better, or they fear they won't succeed elsewhere. It's the classic case of the devil you know versus the devil you don't. We also discussed emotional ties. Yes, even toxic environments can create a sense of belonging or identity, making the thought of leaving feel akin to abandoning a part of oneself. It's not just about the job. It's about the relationships, the routines, and sometimes the devilish comfort of the known chaos. Moreover, recognizing the signs of a toxic environment can be as tricky as solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. It's not always about overt harassment or bullying. Subtle signs like constant stress, feeling undervalued, or a pervasive fear of speaking out also paint a broader picture of toxicity. Understanding these factors is crucial in fostering compassion and support for those affected. As we peel back the layers of why individuals remain in harmful workplaces, it becomes clear that the chains that bind them are not always visible, yet they are incredibly strong. Now we turn the spotlight to you, our viewers. Throughout this discussion, we've delved deep into the murky waters of toxic work environments. From the subtle signs of a negative workplace to the profound psychological impacts, it's clear that these environments can pose significant challenges. But the conversation doesn't end here. We invite you to share your personal experiences. Have you ever found yourself tethered to a job that drained your spirit? What kept you there? And how did you navigate the toxicity? Dive into the comments section below and let us know. Your insights not only enrich our discussion but also help others feel less alone in their struggles. Additionally, if you're seeking more information or need tips on handling such situations, consider watching our videos on workplace well-being and self-care. They are designed to provide you with tools and strategies to enhance your professional life and personal well-being. Your stories are powerful. Let's learn from each other and grow together.
Savored this video? Fancy another? Click the on-screen video for an even deeper dive into fresh territory. Your support is like a warm cuppa on a brisk day. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell for the latest content. Cheers for watching.